Okay, so this demo for today is going to be making a miniature lantern. I've already gone over making using LEDs to make lights, but I know that for the majority of you are going to probably use these really awesome hobby lights or plant lights. You can get at Michael's, you can get them at any craft store or on Amazon. They're really cheap and they're really cool because they light up a lot, and the fact that they're bendable. So one of the first things I'm going to show you how to do is make a candle. So what I did is, you can see how you stretched it out, and it's really cool because you can bend. And I made a paper tube. You can use a straw, any type of piece of paper, but just basically made a tube. And what you're going to do is, I made another piece of paper to be the bottom, and I painted it gold. And I'm going to glue it with a hot glue gun or Elmer's glue or any type of glue. Elmer's glue would be better because this is kind of messy. But since I want it to be quick, we're going to use this. Light this up and then just kind of put it like so. So you see that, yeah, there's lots, but there's a hole on the bottom like this, and then there's a hole on the top. And all you really do is you kind of, well, first of all, you push it up through here, and then it's going to peek out the top. Let me turn on the light so you can see it. It's going to peek out through the top like that. You can kind of see. And you don't want to have it exposed all the way out. And then you can get some hot glue and kind of glue it in there, but be careful. Let it sit for a second. So there you have a candle with a little thing. But what you want to make it even just a little bit cooler, as you can get some fiberfill, and you get a little Elmer's glue or just a little bit of fiberfill, and you can kind of just put smoke. So I'm going to turn off the light, and you can see it's pretty cool. You can get some really cool effects like that. So that's the basic of a candle. Another thing you can do is you can get some Elmer's glue like this if you want to get really detailed, and you can kind of make the drips of the candlestick along the side and stuff like that. So that's one technique. Another cool thing is you can get these, I'm going to set this down for a second, these pieces of jewelry. And there's just a lot of things you can do with that to make cool light fixtures. So for instance, if I wanted to make this look a little bit ridiculously fancy, I can kind of take this out and put it along here. And you make a nice little light like this. Can't really see it, but so that's one. You can also remove that. You can also put it inside things like these, which is this really cool jewelry ball. So let me just put it in there. And then you could hang it from a room. Turn off the lights. You can see that it's got that. You can do some really cool stuff. It's easier to see in real life, but you can create these cool shadows. So I'm also going to show you how to do a lantern. So that's just one idea. But these are really great. It's more fun to just experiment with it. So as far as making a lantern goes, and this technique, turn on my light, can work for any type of lamp or something. So what I did is I cut out a shape of the lantern. This is where the glass is going to go, and this is just out of Bristol board. So I'll show you how to do this. So and you're going to want to score along these edges. You'll see I'll cut down like this. 1, 2, 4. So you have this, and then you're going to bend these like this to make this box with this where the light's going to shine through. You can kind of see. But we want to put glass in there. So the way you do that is I just got this Girl Scout cookie piece of plastic like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut out of this, any type of plastic will do. Just cut it out of here. Be careful because it's kind of slide. I'm not going to do all the corners because it'll take too long. So then you have a piece of, like this clear piece of plastic. And you can sand it. To give it a frosted look. So then it has this frosted look. And then you can color it. Sorry, my dog's eating a fly in the background. I'm just tinting it yellow right now. And what you do is you glue it to the back in here, like so. You can kind of see it like that. So I'm going to glue this. And I'm also going to cut it to make sure, I mean, you'll spend a lot more time doing this than I will right now because I'm just trying to make it quick for you guys. But you get the idea. So I'm going to glue it right in here. Now you want to use Elmer's glue for this. Which is this glue. The only reason I'm using super glue because I need it to dry really fast. So, because super glue will make the glass fog up and you don't really want that. I'm just putting a little bit here. And you kind of put it in there like so. So you let it dry and then you have this glass. You can kind of see it reflecting. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in there. And I'm not going to do it to all the corners, so then I'm going to wrap this around and glue it. Make sure it's dry, and then you want to get some black paint, and that's the joy of hot glue. Make sure you color those seams in. So there's no white. Now, ideally, you want to paint this whole thing. You can add some speckles on here that you can dirty up the glass a little bit. But ideally, you want to paint most of it before you put the glass in. But sometimes you might want to put the glass in so you get some weathering. But another thing I'm going to do, remember the technique dry brushing. I'm going to put a little bit of a metallic sheen on this to make it pop more. And I'm just going to stipple it on like so. So you get kind of this cool cast iron effect. Kind of see it like that. And then basically what you're going to do is I pre-colored this. These are the same things that we did with the candle. This is going to be the bottom, painted black. This is just cardboard paint, poster board painted black. And you're going to want to put the lids. So we're going to do 1. Two. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use this nifty hole punch because I don't feel like cutting it out. That'll be the top or the bottom. Probably the bottom because we can make a lantern. I'll do it to both sides. Cut a hole. Then I'm going to, no, I shouldn't have done that. But anyways, I was foolish. Glue the bottom. You can also, in place of the this clear plastic, you can use tracing paper or vellum, and that also works really cool. Looks really good. So I'm going to paint the bottom of that black. So you kind of have this lantern like this. Then I'm going to use my candle holder, because this would be a base, so I'm going to paint this black. Not the prettiest paint job, but you get the idea. I'm just kind of scrub that on there. And I'm going to glue the top. Now remember, Elmer's glue works so much better. Like I said, I'm just doing this to speed up the process. You guys don't have to watch a 4-hour-long boring video, or fascinating. So I kind of have this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. The same thing with the candle. So I have this little desk lamp, and it's like you can use something a little bit more substantial, like a piece of cardboard or something for that, because it's a little wet because I'm rushing it. And basically all you do is you basically do the same thing we did with the candle, is you kind of just put this up all along through that tube. And turn off the lights. And you have this really cool lamp, like so. You can kind of see it. And you can tint this or weather it any way you want. You can also put, remember we were looking at that jewelry, this stuff? You can also put this on the top. You can get this really cool detail. But this is very basic, and you can do a lot more unique shapes. You can also draw in here to make a stained glass with a Sharpie or paint on here. There's just so many techniques you can do. So I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in class.